In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best equipment for competitive Fortnite. Bad equipment in Fortnite will hold you back from reaching your true potential, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to show you guys the best products from monitors all the way up to your peripherals, and this video will cover everything you could possibly need. I'll of course be leaving links to every single product you're seeing in today's video in the description for you guys to check out. But anyways, let's get into the first item. Starting off with arguably the most important item on your setup, we have the monitors. Now, the best monitor in all of Fortnite or any esport for that matter is the BenQ Zowie XL2546X Plus. This is a 280Hz monitor, but it has BenQ's Diac 2 technology, which is insanely good for Fortnite or any FPS game in general. Basically, Diac 2 reduces the amount of blurring, screen shaking, and ghosting in fast movements in a game like Fortnite. So whenever you have to track someone or hit someone, then it's a lot clearer on this monitor than any other monitor in the world. It also has a TN panel, which is the best panel for esports gaming like in general. It's the fastest panel and will provide the least delay possible. This monitor is perfect, but the only downside to it is that it's a $500 monitor. It's not affordable by any means, and I only ever recommend it if you can afford it. A more affordable option is the Xiaomi G24i. I think it's a really good product for the price and one of the most practical monitors out there. It is 180Hz, a little bit lower than the 280Hz option, but honestly anything past 144Hz is really not that impactful anymore. 240Hz is great, don't get me wrong, but 180Hz is working just fine, and it probably works the same regardless. Both are extremely smooth, both provide little to no input delay on a PC that can match the monitor's refresh rate, so I really don't see the difference here. I also really like how thin the bezels are on this monitor and that it does have an adjustable viewing angle. It has features that most high-end monitors have, but it's priced at $120, making it arguably the best gaming monitor for the price. Next up, we have the best keyboard in the world, and the absolute fastest is the Wooting 60HE. But the only issue with this keyboard is that it's pretty expensive to buy, and also the shipping time takes way too long. So with that being said, I highly recommend picking up the Ayula Win 60HE instead. Now, this keyboard is almost a direct carbon copy of the Wooting 60HE. Obviously, this keyboard is made of cheaper materials and it's not as fast as the Wooting 60HE, but the difference is so small that you can hardly tell the difference. The Wooting keyboard will cost you about $200, which is an investment that not a lot of people or player can make, and that's why I think that the Win 60HE is 10 times better value at $35, offering about the same level of performance but literally almost 6 times cheaper. I've used this keyboard myself personally and I think it's really good. Any keyboard with a magnetic switch can get infinitely close to the speed of a Wooting 60HE anyway, but this one in particular I really like and have personally tested myself. Now let's talk about the gaming mouse, which is highly controversial in the gaming scene. Now, a lot of people, if not most Fortnite players, will recommend the Logitech G Pro X Superlight, which is a fair take because it's honestly a really nice mouse. I've had about 4 of these mice before, and honestly, they're all really good when I was using them. But it does come with its own problems that not a lot of people would ever consider risking. There's a reason why I had to buy 4 Superlights, right? First of all, the mouse in itself is prone to breaking. I've gone through a total of 4 Superlights in the past year, ranging from problems with the scroll wheel, the side mouse buttons, and the battery, all being common problems with the Superlight. And this would have been fine, to be honest, because the Superlight is really good, like it's actually very comfortable to use. Had the mouse be a little cheaper than just over $120, then I would have been perfectly fine recommending it. Now, fortunately, the best alternative is none other than the smaller version of the Superlight, the Attack Shark X3. I've personally used this mouse before, and while it literally resembles everything there is on a Superlight, it is 3 times cheaper and provides much better value considering that it has everything that a Superlight provides. It's ultra light at 49 grams, it has a 200-hour battery life, and it even looks and feels like a Superlight, if not a little bit smaller. If you have relatively bigger hands, I'd look at some of Razer's mice, but that also comes with its own problems as well. Please do at least consider the Attack Shark X3. It's a really good mouse, it's super affordable, and well, it's one of the best that I can recommend to everyone that is looking to play Fortnite competitively. Now, after getting a mouse, you obviously want to pick up a mousepad, and that is where the Artisan High-End Black XL mousepad comes in. This one in particular is a bit pricey at $60, but I think it's one of the best performing mouse pads out there anyway. I don't really care too much about mouse pads, and nor should you. I think it's probably the least important item in this setup. You can play on a regular Glorious XL mouse pad for $10 and you would probably play the same way. So if you can afford to get the Artisan mouse pad, then yeah, feel free to buy it because I think the glide is really good and it's also not that expensive compared to some of the other items in this video. So yeah, you're free to do whatever you want with the mouse pads as long as you're 100% comfortable with the purchase. Audio is a really important factor in Fortnite, so I recommend getting a pretty high quality headset for yourself, in which I recommend getting the HyperX Cloud Alpha headset for $79. HyperX is such a beast at making headsets, and there's a reason why I would say about 90% of competitive Fortnite players use and play on HyperX headsets. It's just super reliable, the sound quality is awesome, it's super comfortable, and it also has a great microphone out of the box. Regardless if you have an external microphone or not, you can get streamer quality audio off of this microphone. I genuinely think that you're getting a massive steal by buying this product right now while it's on sale for 20% off. It's a great item and I recommend it to literally everyone that plays Fortnite. Now, if you're a controller player and you want my personal controller recommendation, then the GameSir G7 SE is a great buy in my opinion. It is an Xbox layout which I don't like as much, but it has Hall effect joysticks preventing any future stick drift, and not only that, but it also has back buttons that are super comfortable to press, actually, which is kind of interesting. Most controllers with these features can go over $100, but this one in particular is super cheap at just $40. A massive steal once again, and really, I'd honestly just give this controller a go. There's really no downside to this controller in my opinion, only potential upsides, and if you think that you can't use this controller because you play with a PlayStation controller, trust me, give this controller a go and you'll regret you ever considered playing controller without paddles. Even if you play on claw, I still recommend getting at least 1 or 2 paddles so that you can press it for sprint or confirm or whatever button it may be. Fortnite has a lot of mechanics that you would have to master, and not all of the buttons on the controller will satisfy that. Fortunately, I think 1 or 2 extra buttons like the GameSir G7 SE has for $40 is honestly all you need to ever be competitive at Fortnite on controller. If you want to buy a gaming PC, I'd honestly recommend looking at some of the $1,000 gaming PC builds on Amazon. For example, the CyberPower PC with an i5-13400F and an RTX 5060 is a decent buy. Obviously, you could probably save a lot more if you were to buy all the parts yourself and assemble it, but this is honestly not too bad. With this build, you should get decent FPS. I think it'll be around the same as what I got when I had the Ryzen 5 5600X. And if you spend a little bit more and get the one with the i7-14700F, you could probably have stable 240 FPS all the time in Battle Royale, which is pretty good. Or, if you want to save a lot of money, then the $719 Ryzen 5 5500 pre-built is also pretty good. These 3 computers are not too bad. Obviously, I don't normally recommend getting pre-builts because I think you can build the PC yourself anyway. It does take about a whole day to get the whole PC set up and it's hard to pick out the parts yourself. So yeah. With the pre-built, it will probably take like a couple minutes or so, and you'll only ever have to pay like an extra $50 to $60, which is not too bad if you want the PC ready to go instantly. I personally would do that if I were you. Just know that you can buy the PC parts yourself if you ever want to. Once again, I have all the Amazon links in the description for you guys to check out. Hope you guys learned something new from this video, and if you did, then make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.